Do you know the best things about Bleach is not just Kubo's amazing drawings or how he creates his characters or even the epic fights that are famous in the world of anime and manga. There is something more. It's the countless mysteries and unexplored worlds in Bleach's story that Kubo has yet to reveal. Hello guys, it's me Simo Orahara, and in this video we'll talk about something far from the topic of hell, because every reader of the manga wants and hopes for one thing. It is for Kubo to return with new chapters related to one of the most mysterious worlds in Bleach, which is the world of hell. However, it's important to note that there are aspects of the story that Kubo didn't sufficiently address, such as the MUKEN prisoners. And speaking of these guys, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I already made a video, an old video, I think more than 3 years ago, before the anime returned and before we even knew whether Kubo would return to complete the manga or not, through the one-shot of hell. In that video, I delved into my hopes for a distinct storyline featuring the MUKEN prisoners under the command of Aizen Sasuke, envisioning an alliance forged between Aizen and his fellow prisoners against the Shinigami. And so this led me to consider that the concept of the MUKEN prisoners could give birth to an amazing arc by itself, because as I mentioned, Kubo didn't delve much into the MUKEN topic. Only one prisoner was revealed in the manga, Aizen Sasuke, and another one in the novel, the 8th Kenpachi Azero Soya. So the important thing is that in order to talk about this topic, the MUKEN, I would like to start from the issue of prisons in general in the Soul Society. In the Soul Society there are several prisons at different levels and for different purposes. For example, we notice how the barracks of the Gushi 13 have prisons. They put the Shinigami in it when they break a law. For example, Byakuya ordered to put Renji in prison because he decided to fight Ichigo alone and was defeated. Kira and Momo were put in prison because they fought inside a Serity and awakened their Shikai. Likewise, Rukia spent a few days in the prison of the 6th Division, and she was transferred to the Palace of Repentance. Then there are other prisons of different kind, like the Nest of Maggots. The role of this prison is to place all Shinigami who may pose a threat to the Soul Society, meaning that they have not committed crimes and aren't classified as traitors, but they have behaviors or actions that are classified as a potential threat. The most prominent example we have is Mayuri, as well as Akun. For those who don't know, Akun was also in the Maggot prison. He appeared exactly in this scene. However, this prison has another advantage that we saw in the Pendulum flashback, which is that prisoners can be released and rehabilitated again. It's not like what Kyoraku did with Aizen. Kyoraku took Aizen out under special circumstances, and when the war ended, he was returned to the MUKEN. As for this prison, Orohara Kisuke obtained special approval to release Mayuri from prison and let him work under his supervision, under his command. Since, as we said, these prisoners had no charges, but were only placed there to ensure that they wouldn't commit acts that would harm the Serity. And other than this, it can be said that the prisons that are considered the strongest, or that the Shinigami go to because of their violation of the laws, are the ones located under the headquarters of the 1st Division, which is called the Great Central Underground Prison. This prison consists of 8 levels. Unfortunately, we only know 2 of them. The 3rd level, which is called Chogo, and Chisai would have been sent there for using some forbidden Kido. And I don't know whether this level only applies to users of forbidden Kido or other things as well, but Chisai was going to be sent there. Then there is the 8th level, which is the last one, the MUKEN. This prison can be considered the most dangerous prison in the Soul Society, simply because it includes a special category of prisoners, not just because they committed major crimes such as those committed by Aizen Sasuke by betraying the Soul Society and trying to kill the king. But there is another reason, which is more important. This reason is that some prisoners are placed there because their hearts cannot be stopped, meaning that the crimes they committed deserve the death penalty, but because they cannot be killed, they were sent in that prison. And I'll give you an example. In the Soul Society arc, Rukia was sentenced to death, and if it had been known that Rukia had a certain power to prevent the execution of that sentence, she would have been sent to the MUKEN because she simply cannot be killed. And this is what Mayuri explained in this chapter. Mayuri said something very important. First, he emphasized that the MUKEN has more than one prisoner, not just Aizen Sasuke. And as I said, Mayuri's words are important because it is mentioned in the manga, not just the novel. That is, the information that there is more than one prisoner in the MUKEN is canon. And Mayuri adds that there is no technology in the Soul Society capable of stopping the hearts of the MUKEN prisoners, and that's why they were put there. And this is clear. We have seen that the Shinigami used some deadly techniques that could have killed any Shinigami if they were in Aizen's place, but they failed to do so because Aizen has the Hogyoku. As for the 8th Kenpachi, I honestly don't remember what made him enter the MUKEN, meaning what made him not able to be killed. I think it's because the Shinigami couldn't confiscate his Zanpakuto, so it was put in the MUKEN. Anyway guys, if anyone has information about Azero Soya regarding this point, please write it in the comments. But what can be confirmed, and we say it again, the MUKEN has more than one prisoner. And the reason they are placed there is that the Shinigami are unable to kill them. And here lies the danger of this prison. The Shinigami believe that these prisoners must be killed due to the actions they committed, but they cannot do so. Moreover, these prisoners will usually have extraordinary power that enables them to escape from the death penalty. Therefore, they must send them in a place that is out of sight, and no one can escape from it. And when we look at the meaning of the MUKEN as a name, we will find that it means eternity or endlessness. And this is what the MUKEN represents. It is a present so vast that it seems to anyone who enters to it that it has no end. In addition, and this is the most important, it's completely sealed from the rest of the parts of the Soul Society. That's why I'm wondering how Yhwach got into the MUKEN. In addition, we don't know how the prisoners are placed inside it. Do some of them have their own cells? I don't want to rely on what was stated in the novel Spirits Are Forever With You, because I still see some of its parts are not canon, especially the meeting between Aizen and Azero Soya, and how this latter opened the seal that were on Aizen's eyes. But in general, the biggest question remains, who are the other prisoners in the MUKEN? How many are there? There is no doubt that the common point between them will be the inability of the Shinigami to kill them, for their several possibilities came to my mind. I mean, I do think that the prisoners must include characters from diverse backgrounds. Besides Aizen, there is a Kenpachi, who is Azero Soya, and who knows, we can find there a member of the original Gote 13, since they were originally criminals, and therefore it is possible that some of them may commit criminal acts, and if it happened, this member will have an ability that makes the Shinigami unable to kill him. It may be the ability of his Zanpakuto, or something in his body that makes them unable to kill him. Or for example, we can find a member of Squad Zero. If he somehow managed to make the Oken in his body gave him additional power that prevents him from being killed. Therefore guys, this place undoubtedly contains one of the most dangerous Shinigamis in the history of the Soul Society, and at their head is Aizen Sasuke, who is undoubtedly considered the strongest of them, since both Yhwach and Kyoraku turned to the MUKEN to ask for his help. In the end guys, tell me what you think about this topic, give me your thoughts in the comments, and see you guys in my next video.